Philadelphia. When you enable tracking of a computer, what actually happens is you make your LANREV server available to the Internet over whatever port you have configured. And as soon as the computer gets put on a network outside your home network, the heartbeat tries to come in to your existing LANREV server. And once it establishes that connection, it gets told, hey, computer tracking is turned on. And then that computer will start sending back at regular intervals, will start sending back screenshots, and if you have a built-in eyesight camera, it will start sending in camera shots. So you can see here in my lovely house that I took. The laptop was sitting on my living room table. And on the screen, you'll see I had a Word document open there. This is a test of how this works from home. And if you look at the top, even though I blurred it out, you can see that you have the information. You have the track time. You have the tracked computer public address, which would be the network address of the house or organization where that information is coming from. And then you have the full tracked computer resolve, the DNS name. And that DNS name right there can be used by local police to get a warrant to query Verizon or whoever to find out who had that DNS name at the times that are indicated there, which will help the police try to track down your stolen laptop. So it's an excellent feature. Yes, we have used it, and yes, it has gleaned some results for us. But it in and of itself is just a fantastic feature for trying to, especially when you're in a school environment and you have a lot of laptops and you're worried about, laptops getting up and missing. I've actually had some laptops we thought were stolen, which actually were still in a classroom because they were misplaced. And by the time we found out they were back, I had to turn the tracking off, and I had, a good 20 snapshots of the teacher and students using the machines in the classroom. But you'll see that the feature works fantastic, and the key is having your LANREV server accessible to the outside world so that the heartbeats can come in and the information can come in.
Mike Walker, your response. That was the school official explaining how fantastic their software is.
Well, I said there was very compelling evidence that they were using it. That's the evidence. And it's exactly like he described. When a computer wasn't checking in, when it was reported stolen or missing or they didn't know where it was, they could schedule commands for the computer to pick up the next time it checked in. So when it checked in, if it checked into the school central server and there were commands waiting for it to start taking pictures, it would start taking pictures. And what's really interesting about that story that he just related is mistakes happen. They didn't know where these computers were. And it's important for people to understand when these computers were activated, if they were reported missing, they would start taking pictures wherever they woke up. Even if they were stolen and they were in the bedroom of a kid who stole it, they were going to start taking pictures the moment they woke up. And after that search was conducted, then when the administration looked at the pictures, they were going to be able to find out whether that search was appropriate or not.
Well, Mike Walker, don't you think that given these features and the software that's installed in these computers, that the school district had a responsibility to alert the parents of these students at minimum to say, hey, we're giving you these computers, but you should know that these computers have these kinds of features, and then the parents could decide whether they wanted to accept them on that basis?
I think they had a responsibility to inform, and my personal opinion on the subject is I think they had a responsibility not to build the feature into the software at all, or to deploy software that did this. Because the purpose of theft tracking, of finding a computer and finding out who's using it, can be fulfilled entirely by taking pictures of what's being done on the screen and by the remote IP address tracking functionality that's already in the computer. There are several highly effective computer loss tracking mechanisms like CompuTrace that work that way, that don't take pictures. I think that's a big leap in technology and one that shouldn't have been made.
Mike, you cover your camera on your computer?
I've had tape over my webcam since I bought my computer, and almost everyone I know that I work with does the same thing.
Finally, Vic Walchuk, very quickly, what you're calling for right now.
Well, what the ACLU's interest was in making sure that the school district stopped this remote access. I mean, this is equivalent of a principal sneaking into a kid's bedroom closet and peeking out whenever he or she wanted. It's hard for me to imagine that any parent would agree to this. Fortunately, on Monday, the court issued an order that the school district agreed to, which makes it clear that they cannot continue this kind of surveillance, this remote surveillance. And if they do, they're subject to the court's contempt powers.
I want to thank you both for being with us. Vic Walchak, legal director of the Pennsylvania chapter of the ACLU, and Mike Walker, consultant at the security firm Intrepidus Group, blogging at Stride Hacks. This is Democracy Now! When we come back, we'll speak with Shane Harris, author of The Watchers, The Rise of America's